vaccines did not start with COVID-19. They date back to the 18th century when the first shots were given. From real fears sparked by side effects to fake studies and conspiracy theories, we take a look at anti-vax sentiments over the ages. 1796 first jab, first fears. Smallpox killed or disfigured countless millions for centuries before it was eradicated in 1980 through vaccination. In 1796, the English physician Edward Jenner came up with the idea of using the milder cowpox virus on a child to stimulate immune response after he noticed milkmaids rarely got smallpox. The process, coined Wariness by Jenner from cow in Latin, was successful, but from the outset it provoked scepticism and fear. Before Jenner, a riskier method of inoculation known as violation existed for smallpox, introduced to Europe from Ottoman Turkey by English writer and wit Lady Mary Wortley Montagu. 1853, mandatory shot in Britain, the smallpox vaccine became compulsory for children in 1853. Making it the first ever mandatory jab and triggering strong resistance. Opponents objected on religious grounds, raised concerns over the dangers of injecting animal products and claimed individual freedoms were being infringed. A conscience clause was introduced in 1898 allowing skeptics to avoid vaccination. At the end of the 19th century, the French biologist Louis Pasteur developed a vaccine against rabies by infecting rabbits with a weakened form of the virus. But again, the process sparked mistrust and Pasteur was accused of seeking to profit from his discovery. 1920s vaccines heyday. Vaccines flourished in the 1920s. Shots were rolled out against tuberculosis with the BCG in 1921, diphtheria in 1923 and whooping cough in 1926. It was also the decade that aluminium salts began to be used to increase effectiveness of vaccines. But more than half a century later, this salts became the source of suspicion, with a condition causing lesions and fatigue called macrophagic and myelofasciitis thought to be caused by them. 1988, fake fatism, a study published in the top medical journal The Lancet in 1998 suggested there was a link between autism and the measles and mumps and rubella shot known as MMR vaccine. The paper by Andrew Wakefield and colleagues was revealed years later to be a fraud and retracted by the journal, with Wakefield struck off the medical register despite subsequent studies demonstrating the absence of any such link. The bogus paper is still a reference for anti-vaxxers and it left its mark, and measles killed 207,500 people in 2019, a jump of 50% since 2016 with the World Health Organization. Warning that vaccine coverage is falling globally. 2009, talking about swine flu scare, the discovery in 2009 of the swine flu or H1N1 caused by a virus of the same family as deadly Spanish flu caused great alarm. But H1N1 was not as deadly as the first feared, and millions of vaccine doses produced to fight it were destroyed, fueling mistrust towards vaccination campaigns. Matters were made worse by discovery that one of the vaccines, Pandemrix, raised the risk of narcolepsy of 5.5 million people given the vaccine. In Sweden, 440 had to compensate after developing the sleep disorder. That's all for today. Thank you.